Hello, welcome to WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting iHeartRadio to Health and Wellness Conversation. I'm your wellness nurse, Nurse Gwen. How are you this evening? This is February. February is not only known for the month of love, but it's also known for American Heart Month. As a nurse, I believe hearts are very important. Not only the physical heart, but the spiritual heart as well. Tonight, we're going to piggyback off of 1 Corinthians 13, 4, and 5, where God gives us a message about how love is supposed to be, that we are supposed to have love. It's not supposed to be envious, and it's not supposed to harm us. With our physical hearts, how much love do we allow to come inside of us that actually hurts our physical hearts? If our God is a God of love and we were created in love, how should we be loving to others? And what love should we accept from others? Not to hurt our spiritual heart and not to hurt our physical heart. I want to give you a little bit of my testimony as far as love is concerned. I was married, 2 wonderful sons, but there was no love. Not only was my spiritual heart hurt, but my physical heart was feeling the repercussions of the love that I experienced. When God tells us that He loves us in a multitude of ways. There is nothing that we can do that He would not love us. We have to remember sometimes that humans are not God. So when they love us, they may not love us or understand how God actually designed love or designed us. As I was married, I experienced abuse, verbal and mental abuse more than anything else. It tore me down. I knew after a while that this is not the love that God wanted me to experience. Do you find that you are in a relationship that not only is tearing down your spiritual heart, but is also tearing down your physical heart? When we experience the stress of bad relationships that don't show us the proper love that we deserve, we experience other things that can damage our body, damage our hearts. Things that we can experience are heart pain, elevated blood pressure, accelerated heart rate. On some occurrences, the pain or having a broken heart can cause an early death, such as a heart attack unexpectedly. You would be surprised of how many people actually succumb to a broken heart. Knowing that my relationship with my husband at that time was not right and was not of God, I removed myself from this situation. I sought out God, I sought out scripture to find out what was love again. I allowed God to teach me again what love was, how He wanted to love me in turn so I could love myself better. And believe it or not, I had no more chest pain after the situation was resolved. So do you see how our physical and spiritual beings are tied together? How awesome is God that He created us in this manner? When you are looking at relationships that you may be involved in, you want to monitor, how are we communicating? Are we talking at one another? Are we talking with one another? Or are we talking to one another? There's a difference in all three. You want to be mindful of paying attention to the details of how you are communicating with a person. There are very obvious details that a relationship is not proper for you. If there is abuse, if you are being cursed out, if there are lots of name calling, if there's a lot of alcohol involved. These are the things that you don't need to feel loved. Love is the ultimate feeling. It's the ultimate goal. When God created us, He loved us and created us in His own image. No one that I know can actually say that God has loved them and hurt them. He's a loving God that He disciplines, but not to harm us. Your relationships should be the same way. Loving, not to hurt, not to harm, but discipline. I want to thank you for coming to WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting Radio. We love to have you on our station. We love to see you visit, especially on our Facebook, our Twitter, and our YouTube pages. On our Facebook page especially, could you please hit the button to donate, as we are a nonprofit broadcasting network. We appreciate you. We appreciate your membership, and we appreciate your donations. How do you actually feel about love? Is love a good thing for you, or is love a bad thing for you? Do you get all nervous? Do you get butterflies, or do you go like, ugh, I don't want that? Let us be reminded that since we were created in love, it's a part of us being human, and that when we work or deal with other fellow humans, we want to exhibit love. Some ways that we can exhibit love in our day-to-day routine is just in a simple greeting. Hello and how are you? You never know what someone else is going through at home or any other environment that they feel that they are not worth love. Another method is giving a hug if you feel free to do so, or even a handshake. Some may want to be more extensive and provide a meal in a way of showing love to someone. Someone may offer a single parent to watch their children to give them a break, even a car ride. All of these are demonstrations of love. I want to go back to how the pain of love can affect your heart. Oftentimes, stress from pain, any type of abuse, but this conversation is strictly about love. Stress can cause our bodies to do different things. And with our heart, stress can actually harm your heart. It can help those veins, the arteries to harden up a little bit. So you want to keep yourself in a loving, stress-less environment. That stress-less environment will not only be conducive for you, but also for the people that you are in relationship with. Make sure that you're paying attention to, again, communication and what goes on, the activity in the relationship. Is it worthy of you? Is it something that you know should occur, or is it something that you have a bad feeling about? Always pay attention to how you actually feel when you are in a relationship. Your actual feelings, your instinct can save you in a relationship. You don't want to participate in a relationship that is going to keep you away from your God, a relationship that is going to control you, a relationship that's going to keep you from your family or your friends or your job. Abuse is prevalent not only in adults, but teenagers as well. We have multiple relationships to look at as far as abuse is concerned. You have the relationship between the parent and the child. You have the relationship between the siblings. You have the relationship between friends. You have the relationship of those that are dating. You have the husband and the wife. You also have the relationship between the employee and the employer. And I could go on. But all of these relationships can have room, if allowed, for abuse that can hurt us and harm us. We want to pray consistently about our relationships and those that we allow to come into our lives. Make sure that they're on the same accord that you are. I always say if a person cannot pray with me, I can't have them in my circle. I firmly believe anyone that is in your circle not only should be able to resemble some of the things that you are accustomed to, but enlighten you, not to harm you or to take away from you. We can take pills all day, but that is not the answer. We have to examine ourselves and we have to examine our relationships. We have to move away from things that are harmful, not only to our spirit, but also to our physical being as well. Again, I want to thank you for coming to WYTV7, Christian Broadcasting, iHeartRadio. Thank you for being a part of the broadcast. Thank you for listening. Please check us out on YouTube. Please check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and on our Facebook, we have a button for donations. So how loving would it be for you to donate to the Christian Broadcast Network so we can continue to bring you health and wellness conversations and also other broadcasts. It would be my pleasure to have you on as a guest. So please email me at host@wellnessworks8.com. That's works, WERKS, and the numeral 8.com. Hopefully, I will be able to chat with you soon. Back to our topic. Do you notice that when you are happy in love, that the feelings that you have just make you feel like you're on cloud nine? But if something is wrong, the feeling of cloud nine leaves. We want to stay in a consistent state of happiness because not only does that help us emotionally and mentally, but it helps our bodies. All those good hormones and endorphins floating through our bodies just gives us a little burst of energy and just makes us feel better all the way around. And we're reducing stress. When we are not in a proper relationship, we feel other things. The pain, we may feel jittery, we may feel a little depressed, and we also may feel a little timid or scared. Never fear, because God has not created you to be in a relationship that will consist of abuse. God created us not only in his image, but he also created us to love and receive love properly. He gave his only son, Jesus, for us to live. How loving can that be? Do we serve a God that would give his son for us to go through abuse? No, we don't. We serve a God that gave his son that wants us to live, he wants us to repent, and he wants us to succeed. Our success brings him joy. We are his children. He does not want harm to happen to his children because of relationships. Abuse, even though a silent thing in most families or relationships, is very prevalent in our society. If you notice someone that may have bruising on their body or just uncomfortable in a room of people that they should not have a problem with, please make note And if you feel free to do so, ask them, are you okay? Is there anything that I can help you with? There are plenty of places in your local vicinity that can help people that are going through abuse, whether it is your local social service department, your church, or other agencies. In the state of Maryland, we have the House of Ruth. The House of Ruth is an agency that helps victims of abuse. It doesn't make a difference if you are a male or female. They will come to your rescue. I also encourage people to pray with others that may be going through abuse. A quick prayer, whether you're with the person or not, can actually save that person's life. God created us to live and not die. Be mindful of people that have bruises, that may be fearful, that may be timid, that may just cry for no reason at all, or always making up excuses for something that is going on. Those are some of the signs. Abuse is a cycle that does not stop until it's made to stop. Usually abuse stops because of a legal action, or it stops because of death. Please be mindful to pray over your relationships. I cannot emphasize that enough. I always say, if I had paid attention a little bit more, I would not have had that situation that I had. But I thank God for having someone come to my aid when I was going through my abusive relationship and allowing me deliverance. Please be mindful. We want to keep our spiritual heart and we want to keep our physical heart as healthy as possible. And one avenue to our spiritual heart and to our physical heart is relationship. No matter who your relationship is with, always keep you and the other individual in prayer consistently. We want no harm or danger to come to anyone. After this broadcast, there will be a post of local agencies and also some things that you could do to keep your heart healthy. Always try to practice deep breathing if you do feel like you're under stress, because this can lower your heart rate and keep you in a peaceful state. If there is urgently a problem that you are experiencing, I encourage you to reach out to your local officials. Abuse does not have to happen, and it's not your fault. We want to be mindful. You cannot be the person that is blamed. It's something that the other person is choosing to do. You have to allow yourself to recognize that this is not right. This is not what God created me for. God created me for better. He created me with a purpose. He created me with love. Why would my God want me to experience any abuse in any relationship when He's the person that I have relationship with first? A part of His love is waking us up every day, giving us full capability of our minds and our bodies. God is an awesome God. He's a merciful God and a loving God. I hope this conversation has helped you. Please keep your spiritual heart under armor, and please keep your physical heart under armor. Thank you for tuning in to Health and Wellness Conversation at WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting iHeartRadio. Again, please like us on our Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you are able to, please donate. We appreciate you and thank you for tuning in. Live and be well.